the sort of guy who typically nods in people's direction and maybe waves, but for the average person, unfortunately, doesn't have good manners nowadays. So the average Antifa guy, he probably doesn't have great manners either. Come to think of it, is someone who comes from a sector of society that is overlooked, and so he knows that, and he wants social change as a result of that, and he thinks that he will get social change by engaging his activism. So whether or not he seriously believes that someone like Spencer is more important than people who control multinational corporations, that's secondary. It's a good question, but I think what it really is for these guys is that they want an enemy, and they really want to lash out because deep down they're dissatisfied with themselves, and the kind of politics they engage in is a manifestation and an expression of that dissatisfaction. And that is the way I see it. Also, a lot of these guys probably have a psychological profile. I'm not a mental health professional, but this is just my take. They probably have a psychological profile that leans toward being a believer. Generations ago, these guys would have been maybe, I don't know, reverends or priests. Or
I'm thinking about one prominent Antifa dude, the bike lock guy who was clocking people over the head with a bike lock. He turned out to be a community college teacher of ethics. So I think that he's actually fairly representative of many people in Antifa. And then I want to tackle this super widespread notion in the chat, and that is that people are falling for media propaganda. By and large, people don't fall for media propaganda in important issues, because otherwise we wouldn't be here anymore. If people could be so gullible, if people could be so influenced, if people could be turned into zombies by certain information, then Donald Trump would never have been elected president. So it's seeking a magic key for understanding reality. It's like, oh, the media is teaching people, and then they're just zombies. They get this bit of information. It's like a zombie bite. They turn into zombies, and they do everything that the media tells them. This is reaching for a magic key to try to interpret how the world works, and just like one easy to understand, easy to say perspective, but it's absurd. There is no magic key that unlocks how the world works. It's not the media that's telling people to do things and then you go ahead and do it. Like, what do you do in an important matter that is because of the media? And do you really think that you're so superior to the rest of humanity that only you see through media lies? Right? The media is overwhelmingly 10-to-1 biased against Donald Trump, and yet Donald Trump has probably at least a 50% chance of being reelected president of the United States. The media doesn't change people from one thing to the complete opposite. All right, people make their own decisions based on their evolved techniques for making choices. If people didn't evolve to make choices that would enable them to keep on living, they wouldn't be able to perpetuate their genes through natural selection. So remember, we did not evolve to be gullible. If you want more precise elaborations on that, read Not Born Yesterday, The Science of Who We Trust and What We Believe, and just give up this theory that the media says something and therefore people just fall into line. It's an easy lie. It's very appealing. Like, all sorts of these magic key perspectives on life are immensely appealing, but they're also the mark of the loser. Like, a loser does not need to reduce reality to some absurd magic key. The loser does not need to think, oh, everyone else, they just follow what the media says, but me, I'm the brave man standing alone who can really deconstruct what the media says, and everyone else is an idiot. So don't attribute to your enemies malevolence. Try to step into their shoes and understand that what they do seems right to them.